Hey guys, what's up? This is Jishan, and what we are going to do today with the Yamba Academy is we are going to do math operations in detail today, right? Because at this point, if you have been following my videos through video 1, 2, and 3, at this point you should be aware with the data types, strings, ints, doubles. In this video, we will be talking more about math operations, how to do math operations in C++. So let's get going. So when you want to do math, right? So when we wanted to do inputs and outputs, what did we do? We included input and output stream from the library. Similarly, what we are going to do this time is we are trying to do math. So we'll just include math. So that's C math. Okay. Now I told you we are going to do math operations, but what type of math operations? So first of all, uh, uh, let's look. So I have like one more paper here. That's actually there's where I wrote what codes will go. So I'm just finding what code we are doing for this video because I have like a lot of math operations. I don't want this video to be that long. So we are asking the users. Okay, so we'll be asking the user for length and the breadth of the or length and the width of the rectangle, and we'll find out the area and the perimeter of that rectangle. And if we have time, what we could do is this extra thing where we can ask the user to enter the area of the square, and we can find the uh, length or the sides of the squares. Okay, so I think square zone is like little bit easy, so we should not do the easy part first. So as I told, that's when we have extra time. So let's get going. We'll go with the length and breadth of the rectangle. First of all, let's ask user to say enter the length. Good. And then we'll do cin length. What do you think? What can the length be? 3, 4, 5. At this point, I'm telling you that the user won't enter in the lengths in decimals. So what kind of data type can you use to store that? Correct. We can use ints. So let's make int called length to store the length. And at this point, I'm trying to enter in the width again as length. I'll also tell you the user can enter in the width in the decimals. So it would be int width equal to 0. Again, this is what I'm telling you already, that user can't do that. That's why I'm taking it. But when if you're trying to make an actual program and no one tells you that user will not enter, do this, user won't do that, then it's better to use doubles specifically for this program, because don't know what user types in. But I'm telling you that user won't type in, right? So that's why I'm using it. So it's not like you always use ints for length and width whenever you are making the area and perimeter of rectangle. Okay, just making sure. Okay, let's type in width. That will take in the input as a width. Now, as we did in the last video, you can do int area equals length times width. Okay, this point, when you say this, when you see this type of symbol, that means multiplication in C++, or generally that's what multiplication is in most of the programming languages, right? Including Java, C++, Python. Okay, but we are learning C++, so for now that symbol right there represents the multiplication. Okay, so you can do this, but what this will do, it will consume up more memory in the right, it will consume more memory in the computer, right? If you want to do it this way, feel free to do it. It's nothing wrong. There's no right way or no there's no right way, no wrong way. Okay, but what I'll prefer is not wasting up the memory and just saying up the area is should my area be length times the width. Let's do this. Okay, let's test it out, make sure if it runs. That's still our last program. Get it. Ask you to enter the length, let's say 3, let's say width is 4, the area is 12. Length times breadth is the formula, so length times width is the formula, so the area is coming out to be correct. Now it's time to print out. Okay, I'll need an endl because I want to print the perimeter on the next line. So cout the perimeter is, what is the perimeter? So you can do L plus W plus L plus W plus, right? So L plus L, W plus W, no problem, you can do that. But I know a formula for that. So 2 times length plus width. That's the formula for parameters. So that's why I'm writing, right? It's no magic from coming from C++. And that should run perfectly. Okay, so 3, 4, 12, and the perimeter is coming out to be more, and that says it's 14. Let's check it out. 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. That kind of makes sense to me. The area and the perimeter actually makes sense to me. So let's move on. We still have time to go. So let's do the interesting part now. The square thing. What I'm going to do is just copy pasting this. No, we were asking the user to enter in the area, right? So let's just make this area of the square. again. Okay, I don't know if the area is going to be in decimal or not, so I'll just double area equals 0.0. Okay, we are taking input as area, so that shouldn't be fascinating. Now comes the important part, that is taking the square root. Okay, let's do this fun part. This point you'll be wondering, what the heck are you doing here? And I'll explain you what the heck was I doing. So in the C++, or you can say any programming languages, the square root, most of the programming languages, the square root is taken with what? sqrt. Sqrt means square root, and that the symbol means multiplication. Okay, so what I'm taking the square root of, I'm taking the square root of area. Why am I taking the square root of area? Because what is the formula for the area of square? It is what? Side times side, that is what? Side square, right? So if I take the square root of the side square, it will give me side, what we are finding, side. Okay, and remember I made it double, so the square root, whatever square root you take, it will also be double. Double, again I like to remind you, double is anything that is having decimal values. Okay, so still this part is for rectangle, so we'll just write 3 4 and get done with this, and let's write a perfect square. See, it says the sides of squares are 4. You can do centimeter, doesn't matter. Okay, and let's write an imperfect square. So still for rectangle, let's say we are writing an 8. See, it will give you 2.82843. So it's also giving you in the decimal. So that program is working correctly. So that's it from Jishin Desai, the founder of Empire Academy. We'll see you next time with more C++ videos and more other fun videos. Okay, so see you guys soon.